Oleg Nikolenko, good afternoon. Lovely Friday afternoon, November 1st. I did come across Facebook post you did introduce millions folks around the world this morning, and it was in regards to the event that did take place at the Ontario Provincial Parliament yesterday. And I did see several dozen photos depicting Armin Abraham Cohen from 71 Rainier Square, Toronto, head of Free Ukrainian Cossacks of Canada movement, the second after Abraham as per Chabad Lubavitcher movement worldwide. Oleg Nikolenko, 18 months ago, in May of 2023, I did introduce Canadians for the first time to the Nazi deplorable, to the fake Jew, Armin Abraham Cohen. And 18 months later, you and your friends, elected officials, Ted Arnott, Speaker of Provincial Parliament, other elected officials, were introducing despicable, deplorable Nazi, the one who started his Nazi collaborating activities in July of 1941, shortly following Pavlovich Ukraine being occupied by Nazi forces. And you did introduce, you and Speaker of Parliament Ted Arnott did introduce yesterday to all the attendees Armin Abraham Cohen, apparently, I don't know, and I would like to inquire, did you introduce him as a Nazi yesterday at the Provincial Parliament, or you maybe introduce him as a World War II Soviet military pilot? The one that did liberate Poland and Berlin, and I would appreciate if you proceed to the internet, entering Armin Cohen Toronto, and plenty of info would be available, start consuming. Maybe you did introduce him, the one who did spend time at one or another POW camp in Germany following his military aircraft, Soviet military aircraft being shot down over Lithuania. And please proceed to the article that was published on May 18 at the Toronto Star publication, at the Nazi publication. May 18, 2023, at the Toronto Star publication, the Nazi publication. So, Oleg Nikolenko, please inform how you, other elected officials, including Ted Arnott, Speaker of the Provincial Parliament, did introduce yesterday my friend Armin Abraham Cohen to all the attendees. You know, in September of 2023, in September of last year, another Nazi did appear at a different parliament, federal parliament. Yaroslav Honka, and Mr. Roth, at that time he was Speaker of the federal parliament, he did apologize a couple of days later, and he did resign. What about you, Oleg Nikolenko? Are you planning to resign? What about Speaker of the Provincial Parliament, Ted Arnott? By the way, a couple of months ago, I did address pretty detailed email to our Premier, Mr. Ford, and 40, 50 or 60 or so members of the Provincial Parliament did receive my email, and plenty of info was delivered, and I actually started delivered tons of information 18 months ago in May of last year, and 18 months later, Armin Cohen was guest of honor at the Provincial Parliament. Here we are. And this is Mr. Speaker of the Provincial Parliament, Mr. Ted Arnott. Bizarre, absolutely bizarre, and I do understand that this particular ordeal, and I have been addressing this ordeal as a bizarre, hilarious, and at the same time tragic ordeal, is still ongoing. And I did notice my friend, Solicitor General of the Province of Ontario, my fellow Jewish person, Michael Kersner, was not present, and our Premier was not present. I am afraid, since I did provide personally Solicitor General of the Province of Ontario, Michael Kersner, with tons of information clearly indicating that Armin Cohn was, in fact, a Nazi deplorable and not Soviet military pilot during Second World War. And he did not serve even one day with Soviet forces or with any other Allied force. And I am afraid Michael Kersner, following realizing that event, relatively kind of huge event, has been scheduled to take place at the provincial legislature, and it was impossible to cancel it altogether. He did inform our Premier not to appear. And apparently, most likely, he stated, Premier, I do not want definitely some photos being taken of you, our Premier, with a Nazi deplorable, and Yuri Rudnitsky, Usha Rudnitsky, Coran Bloom, did in fact deliver tons of information to me and hundreds other elected officials, police officers, rabbis and rabbitsins. So, Oleg Nikolenko, thank you for an incredible present you did provide to me, the one who started Crusade for Justice 18 months ago, and to some other concerned and vigilant Canadian residents. Thank you. And the ordeal is still ongoing, right, Oleg Nikolenko? Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. And you others have been glorifying Nazism, has been glorifying fascism by continue harboring within the community deplorable, despicable, Nazi and the fake Jew, Armin Abraham Cohn. Thank you. Oleg Nikolenko, thank you. Ted Arnott, Speaker of Provincial Parliament, thank you, friends. Thank you, Mr. Ford Nation, Mr. Ford, and definitely thank you, my friend, Solicitor General of the Province of Ontario, Michael Kersner, degrading, despicable collaborator of the Nazi deplorable Armin Cohn. And he has been claiming that members of his family were murdered, were slaughtered during Second World War in Poland. Bizarre, absolutely bizarre. Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Ted Arnott. Thank you, Oleg Nikolenko. And Shabbat Shalom, Armin Abraham Cohn, Nazi degrading. Thank you.